first question. What popular traditions do you have in your country?
Well, Bangladesh is a diversity country, and there are many there are four diverse uh, four uh, religious com- there are four religious countries live live and they have many traditional uh, traditional and I think no. Moreover, Bangladesh has four traditionals community or population.
Um, so
Oh, wait. I think I was
it's this is not
wrong.
about religion. It's about traditions.
Yeah. What popular traditionals? Yes, Bangladesh is a diverse country, and there is a there is a many traditions in our cultures. Uh, Mostly Pohela Bushak, it's our traditional occasions, and uh, on the other hand, the Eid ul Fitrs, Durga Puja, and uh, Buddha Purnima. There, there, there is a uh, make us happy, and we celebrate our traditions to each other's community. So I think uh, we have traditions do we have enjoyed.
Yep. So if you just mention just the names of it, like if you talk about the popular traditions in Bangladesh, right? So you've got the Pohila
Just
Boishakh.
one.
Not one, but these are like the most popular ones. So if it's just popular tradition, that's one. But traditions means which means more than one. So just mention about 5 to 6 is sufficient. All right, since it states that popular traditions, which means not more than one tradition. So uh, if you mention about 5 to 6, it will be sufficient to cover the answer for the question. All right, so your answer will meet the criteria for the question. So things like if you talk about the Pohila Boishakh, the Shohid Divos, which is I think the 21st February, right? So the Martyrs Day,
21st February, but it's a uh, New Year's Day.
like the murder, it's a what's it? It's all right. It's called the Memorial Day or what, or the Martyrs Day. Martyrs
Martyrs
Day.
Day.
Yeah, Martyrs Day, right? Yep. So because the
But we,
people that fought for the country.
yeah, but we didn't celebrate. We just uh,
No, no,
we
it's
just
it's not about the celebration. It's about the tradition.
traditions.
We're not talking about
I think
celebration.
I think Pohela Boishakh is the best traditions in my
Yes, yes,
perspective.
it is the most popular, but we're saying it's not about tradition. It's about traditions,
Traditions.
plural. Look at the question. More than one. So you have to mention more than one tradition.
Okay, okay, true.
It's plural. So it has to be more than one. That's what I'm saying. Yes, we all know that the Pohila Boishak is the most popular tradition, or you could say, festival in Bangladesh, like celebrated throughout the country. But there are also some other traditions, right? So you also have to mention about them. Okay, yeah, like for us in our culture, if you talk about, we've got the Bizu, there's the Sangrai for the Marmas, and it's also like the Boshubi or Boshu, like for Tripura. So
Mm.
these are traditions, but yes, I do know like the Pohila Boishak is the most popular, but you also have to mention some other traditions alongside it. All right. So yes, once again today in the first question, the question was popular traditions, and you're talking about religion. That's a whole different topic or a whole different question. You must understand the question. It's very very important. If you give a wrong answer, it doesn't matter how good your English is. If you do not answer the
Mm.
question, it's still a zero. Then next, do you think it's important to keep these traditions alive?
Yes, it's alive in our traditions because uh, because it's one kind of platforms uh, we are also uh, getting uh, we are also celebrated 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 in one place, and we we make our bond to with our neighbors and friends, and it's uh, it's, uh, it's make us happy, and
Uh,
that's why it's alive uh, alive our own traditions.
yep. So you can say words like it preserves the culture, all right, and it also shows our identity. Okay, shows identity,
Okay.
and also promotes our way of life. So it is very, very important to keep our traditions alive because what happens is it also preserves our culture, even the language as well. Culture, language. It also kind of shows our identity and where we belong from, or where we belong to, and also it kind of shows to the world our way of life.
Yeah.
All right, so this is very important. It is important, like so that's why people fight for the rights of like language or traditions. It's because we all care about our own identity. Identity is something that's very very you could say very very important to a person's life. That's why we want to keep it
Mm.
alive. Okay, are young people less interested in traditions these days?
It's not true that young people are uh, concerned about our about traditional days, and nowadays they are celebrated on way, and it's keep more decorative and more organized, and they have promote our culture. So they I think young people are in uh, adapt or আহ, মনে প্রাণে ধারণ করা, এটাকে কি বলবো দাদা?
um Dharan, okay,
Let's say
let's say
let's say they uh, the young people are, let's say, of our traditionals.
Um, so, for this answer, my follow-up question would be: do you think the older generation were much more traditional compared to this new generation?
Okay,
So, it's a follow-up question.
but I
So, like
but
since you said that
I don't compare with older people um, to young people.
you don't want to, but
Just I focus young people.
young
Yes.
people. All right, but the answer, like if I was to ask you a follow-up question, then for this you'll have to kind of have an answer to that. Let's say the examiner can ask you, right? Just this is just a hypothetical situation. For example, if the examiner asks you, do you think the old generation cared more about like traditions compared to the younger generation? What would your answer be?
Okay.
It's a question. It's something to think about. So yes.
Hello, Dada.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
I'm missing some point. What do you say?
So
You
the
mean?
question was that the question before this was, are young people less interested in traditions these days, right? And you gave your answer. Now the follow-up question to your answer was that, do you think the older generation were much more traditional compared to the present generation or to this generation, the younger generation? What would your answer be?
Okay. First of all, the older people are more concerned about our traditional culture, and they own our cultural heritage and celebrations, uh, rules, and they have uh, they have made they have celebrated by organized way. So on the other hand, the young people are more advanced, and they are fascinated about their uh, about their cultures, and they they think they think they think different ways, and um, their celebrated is more different than older people. Nowadays, they are call the friends or neighbors and others office colleague, and they have uh, they have enjoyed enjoyed in the one place, and they celebrated in celebrated in one place, and it should be promote our culture, and it it help us to it help us to uh, good relationship with other people.
Okay. So probably this is what you wanted to imply or say. That young people are not necessarily less interested in old generation when it comes to traditions, It is just that they celebrate these occasions with a more modern flavor or twist. Like, they add a bit of a more modern, you could say, touch to it in the way they celebrate these traditions. All right, so that's how I would say it, if you ask me. So, um, you're probably searching for words in your head to be able to say like in the most concise manner. I get that. It happens. Not a problem. We can kind of improve on that. That's not a big deal. Do you think foreign culture is influencing the culture of your country?
Surely, it's happened in our countries because uh, recently we have celebrated Happy New Year's and uh, wedding ceremony. So it's one kind of foreign cultures, and we and sometime of when uh, when somebody have birthday, they celebrated their birthday on club with friends, and it's one kind of, it's called a party. So I think it's not our cultures, it's foreign culture, and it influence our uh, cultural identity. So I think yes, foreign cultures influence of our local of our uh,
Yes,
country,
you can say domestic culture or local culture. It's fine. Both.
domestic culture, domestic
Right.
culture.
So you talked about birthdays, New Year's, 31st night, and this sorts.
Yes.
Okay. How has your country's culture changed over the last few decades?
Uh, well, it's obviously since day by day, and I have I, uh, I have seen last few decades our our cultures has since uh, by modern uh, modern instrument or modern technologies, because uh, because when we because when we have uh, celebrated traditionals, so uh, we add the musical instrument, or we uh, include the music music. It makes more uh, ornament, and it's make good atmosphere on on the uh, on the cultures celebrate. So so I think it's changed day by day because of technologies.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just like you have just said that uh, technology has had a big influence in how our country's culture has changed over the last few decades. That's it. So, in a simple answer, technology has had a big influence in how our country's culture has changed over the last few decades. So, that'll be more than enough. All right. Next, what can be done to keep culture alive? So, what are the things that needs to be done or that need to be done to sort of keep the culture alive?
Well, first of all, we need to uh, awareness our um, cultural heritage, and we promote our promote our uh, ritual ritual program, and most important, our domestic song, dance, and uh, our local movies keep keep alive with 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 our cultures, and I think this is the uh, this is the mainstream, or this is the platform to to alive our cultures. And last, the moreover, uh, we need to practices our cultures and encourage the other people to own our culture. It's That's it.
Okay. So I can add one thing here as a feedback. Uh, it is really crucial that the older generation teach the younger generation about the culture to sustain it or keep it alive. All right, it's very important because it's the responsibility of the older generation to actually teach or tell the younger generation about the cultures and how to keep it alive. All right, because you must take pride in your culture and what so the keep the good things and maybe like discard the bad ones. All right, so uh, in culture as well, you always want to make sure you kind of you have the good parts. All right, so if required, uh, make sure that your culture is also like it's you could say relevant even to this day and age, like in this day and age. All right, so that's why it's very very important that the older generation teach the younger generations about the culture to keep it alive. That's that's how you pass down knowledge or information from one generation to the other generation, right? It's a step by step process, so this is pretty important. Okay. What kinds of traditional foods are there in your country? So, traditional foods. Okay, so
Well, there have a uh, many traditional foods, and most of the food is so famous. It's called পান্তা ভাতটা কি পান্তা
yeah,
ইলিশ, এটাকে কি বলে দাদা?
the thing you can say, yep, it's fine, Panta English. So that's a so as long as it's a local
So
cuisine, you can say it.
yeah,
It's fine, Panta
uh,
English. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, it's called, local name is panta ilish.
Panta English.
So
Like
it's
so, as long as
made
as long as it's a local cuisine, you can say the original name. It's fine.
okay. So it's made by uh, fish fish and rice. So 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 it's our traditional foods.
Right. So in English, English is called hilsa. Okay, or hilsa fish.
Hilsa, yeah, I know hilsa,
Yep.
but
So
পান্তা ইলিশটাকে কি বলে এটা?
no, no,
Yeah,
no. So the
I
thing is
don't know.
that okay. So panta ilish. So it's is it made with the with this fish with the hilsa fish?
No, there is a two item, panta with ilish.
Yep,
When
yep,
I eating
exactly.
panta, just I it's
Okay, okay,
it's
exactly. So understood, understood. So it's like soaked rice with the hilsa, right? So you can say this way, all right? So you can say the
আচ্ছা
traditional
পান্তা
food. Yep. So panta is you can say it's soaked rice, soaked rice, all right?
soft rice,
Yes, soaked rice.
panta
So you can say,
soft
like
rice.
example, just in a sentence. Uh, One of the most popular traditional foods is the panta ilish. So it's a combination of soaked rice with the hilsa fish.
soft rice.
Okay, so the panta ilish. So that's the local cuisine name, right? And then, like when you kind of talk, like when you explain it, you can say it's a mixture of soaked rice with the hilsa fish.
That is.
Okay, like that. If you want to. So it's fine if you want to kind of the panta bhat, panta ilish, they are perfectly normal because those are local cuisines and that's the name in the country. So it's okay. As long as you explain them, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. So yep, I think the most popular ones are what panta ilish, panta bhat, and what else is there?
Pantawat.
Uh,
Panta is Panta dish is the
oh,
most.
like this. Also
Yeah.
halim, right? Halim. Is halim also part of this one? So when you have the thing, and what's the thing? So you've also got I don't know things like pani puri and other stuffs. They do it a lot. So
Pani
they
puri
also
is not our traditional food,
so
dada.
it's a bit. What else is there? Traditional foods of Bangladesh. Traditional foods in Bangladesh. Okay. So I see that there's things like is kachi biryani like is it like you
No,
can
no, 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 no. Kachirani is not our. I I think, but I don't know what
okay well there are
like
things like how about the sweets mishti like that's is it part of local cuisine
dada.
like if you talk about the mishti which means sweets how about that
Misty. Okay.
that's also it's part of our like the Bangladeshi culture right like the
Sweets.
cuisine
Sweets.
uh
Rasagolla.
yeah
Rasagolla is our traditional food.
so yeah so if it's there also include that in part of the local cuisine
Food, yeah.
if it's there okay
Rasagolla.
cuisine so let's see the commercialized so in traditional there are some of them but yep most of the like I mean nowadays probably it's like our even the local cuisine has been like these days is also kind of partially influenced by probably even foreign culture like some of the
Mm.
foods are influenced by foreign culture um last but not the least when do people wear traditional clothing in a country
Well, the traditional cloth is not available in our country because it's so expensive day by day. Mostly when somebody get married, he wearing the jamdani sari, so it's so expensive. It's per piece uh, 10 or 20,000 taka, and on the other hand, uh, the lungi is our traditional cloth, but it's not our ritual because mm, because uh, because because it's one kind of useful cloth, but most of the times when uh, when we have uh, we have celebrated our traditional cultures like Pohela Boishakh. So this time the the women's are wearing our local sari. It's this color is uh, white and fire color is red. So it's our traditional culture. So I think our most of the people are wearing our uh, our traditional cultures in traditional ceremony.
so you just like you just kind of kept on repeating yourself throughout the answers. But if you want a simple answer, this is the answer. So the question is when, kokon. So people wear traditional clothing in a country during the celebrations and festivities.
festival or celebration.
That's it. Like, nothing too complicated. That's it. You just keep on repeating yourself over and over again. That it doesn't make any sense. Just keep it simple. Just say people are doing celebrations or festivities. Like, uh, so okay. One other suggestion, or actually, this is advice. All right. Please keep this in mind. English speaking test or exam is not a test of your intelligence. It is just a test of a language skill.
Yeah,
It is just an assessment of your language, not তুমি যে কত বুঝো বা কত পারো. That's not the main point.
yeah, no, Dada, I know this, but to be honest, when I speak, when I deliver from my answer, so I don't know. My answer is something like this. I just explain all all sequence or all element. So it's my one kind of habit, or you can say bad habit,
Yeah, but you have.
because I don't. Yeah, I know. I got your point, but I will try my level best day by day.
You'll have to break
I
that
will
cycle.
try. Yeah, I will try. My answering is long, but I don't know why I can't.
So it's not about how long the answer is, it's more about how correct the answer is. So you could like talk, or you could kind of explain in a paragraph, but if the answer is not correct or if it's not to the point, it still doesn't give you any points, like, or like it still doesn't, like, you don't get anything for it. So when answering a question, it's not about how big the answer is, it's about how correct the answer is. That's the whole point. So this test is time bound, which means you have to answer the questions within a certain time frame, and that's why I would prefer that you just go straight to the point. uh, I keep on repeating myself, that is, understand the question first, understand the question, and then say the answer. If you just go straight for the answer without understanding what the question is, it leads to a lot of complications and problems for you when you kind of answer the question. So that's why I say please keep it, like, to a minimum. Just keep it simple. You've probably seen also the book that you have, the English speaking test, right, for the IELTS. At max, the answer is just about 3 sentences, like on average. Highest maybe is about like 5 sentences. But with you, the question is something, and you start the answer from something else. So that's not how it's supposed to be. You have to just answer what the question is. That's all. Just answer the question. That much. All right, that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to kind of work on this, practice even more. All right. So yeah,
Yeah, maybe I will uh, do I will the make the answer is
you'll have to bring some
is
adjustments.
is 40 or is or organized way,
You know,
organized.
you have to construct your answer, in a like in a much more better way, or frame it in a better way when you answer the questions in terms of your organization. It
Yeah.
answers much better. Please look at the book that you have with you, the IELTS speaking test, uh, the the speaking section. You'll probably find the answers. Like the questions plus are much more straightforward than you expect them to be. So the answers are never off topic. They always kind of relate to the question that is being asked. So you must always. Uh, I use this trick called paraphrasing. So when you give an answer, right? Paraphrase the question and start your answer with the question itself. Like if I say, what popular traditions do you have in a country? So you can say, the popular traditions in my country are like this. So you can start your answer with the question itself by paraphrasing with the question. Like you can begin your answer from the question itself if you know how to paraphrase the answer. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or like, do you think it's important to keep traditions alive? You can say, I think it's important to keep traditions alive, and then you say something about it. So if you're ever lost for words, or like how to say something, you can always begin your answer from the question itself. Just paraphrase the question and you can start answering from the question itself. That's the easiest or the simplest way to begin an answer. Just use the question in the answer. Begin from that. You can do that.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then for today, I think the score is it's 1-0. France won, Belgium nil. If the for the update.
Oh no!
So Belgium,
Today I am
unfortunately,
support
is it
to
for Belgium?
Belgium.
Ah, so unfortunately, the defender scored an own goal. This
Oh my.
Vertonghen, he scored an own goal. So yeah, that's the score right now. All right then. You know,
Okay. Dada.
good night for now, and please look at the book that you have. You'll understand what I'm saying. Like when answering the questions, like being to the point, straight like that. All right,
Okay, Dada.
all right.
So Dada, uh, what the procedure in tomorrow when I will go there?
When you come here, we
So
kind of will go through the IELTS writing task one.
that's one.
Task one. Please watch the video, the link that I sent you on WhatsApp, and like you'll get some idea about it. All right. I will help you. Don't worry.
Dada, wait.
The process of it, I'll help you how to
Okay.
write. No, not a problem. I'll go through with you step by step. I'll go through with you. Don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
I believe.
Like,
Dada.
yes,
So when I will go your address,
yes.
so uh, can I stay in front the gate or I'm getting in
Well,
your room?
okay. So yep. If the gate is open, you can just come in, or else you can kind of like you could say, just give me a knock.
Anybody, nobody stop me.
No, they won't stop you in the gate. Or
Dada, are you informed about my?
no, no, no. You don't have to. You don't have to. If the gate is open, you can come in. It's fine.
Okay, okay,
You don't have to. I mean,
okay,
you're not a thief. If you're a thief or something, then that's a different case. You're a student who's coming to kind of take classes, so you don't have to kind of inform that. That is not a requirement.
okay,
All right. So yeah.
okay. So Dada, I will go there at 8 a.m.
Okay. Tomorrow I'll
So
keep an alarm, and I'll kind of wait for you.
okay, okay, Dada. Good
Yeah.
night.
Good night.